Oh, that was great. That was just... I'm always in kind of this afterglow moment after each episode of My Little Pony, just because I don't need to tell you who are fans of this show that overall it just gives a really warm feeling. The show overall is optimistic. It's about friends. It's about family. It's about becoming better and of better times and better things. You know, just it's overall positive, while sometimes mushy. No matter what, it's just uplifting, and they do it with just the right amount of comedy. They do it with characters that you love, characters that you care for, with more than two dimensions to them. If I were to go back and review this like I would a movie, I would have, you know, the one bad thing about it is that it bounced around so much that we never had time to really meet these characters, Lyra and Bon Bon and Derpy and the three Lebowski guys and the Doctor. But we don't need to, because us as fans, you know, we already know them. We've made them our own. I mean, and you know, not all the fanfics match up. Not all the memes agree with each other. You know, no one can choose who best pony is, but it's just so cool to finally see them on screen and have the creators do it justice to the fans. Again, they listened. Again, going back to what I said before, they listened to us, and they took what we loved. And instead of telling us to go screw ourselves, that they're going to decide what they're going to do with their product, they see it as not as our product. They don't see it as, well, it's theirs. But at the same time, they realize that we do. That we do see this as ours. You know, this show, which, against all odds, being originally aimed at little girls, has encompassed so many people of different ages and of the male, including the female gender, and you know, everything in between. So it's just, and for them to again take into account our feelings and our desires and what we've made, what we've built on what they've already made, and to incorporate that and make it canon. It actually feels good right here to finally run into something, to watch a show where they did that, where they give a crap what the fans think. Now, if they were to go back and do that with Young Justice, then life would be awesome. But my reaction to this, I'm just, like every episode, I'm just blown away. Blown away is being a little extreme. I'm just really, you know, I feel good now. I feel happy. I always do after an episode, even the less than awesome episodes. It's just good. Feel good about yourself afterwards, and you know, realize, and you get the notion and the belief that maybe life isn't as bad as all that, and maybe there are good people out there. It just gives you a positive look on everything, and it's so refreshing. To go off on a slight tangent, I haven't felt like this since high school when I would watch Star Trek Voyager. Because that show, less warm and fuzzy, a lot less warm and fuzzy, but not warm. It's a show about, Voyager is just a show about a family trying to get home. And so, you know, when a crisis happens, whether it's their own or they come across somebody, they're trying to help. They're doing all they can to help each other. And it was always refreshing at the end of every episode, before I had to go to sleep, before I had to go to bed and go to school the next day. When did that show come on? Thursday night? Wednesday night? But whatever, I would watch it, it would finish up at like 10 p.m. Then I'd go off to bed, and it was just really good. It was really refreshing, because most episodes, they're, at the end of the day, you know, we're all just trying to get by. We're all just trying to get home and stay alive, and we're all just trying to be helpful and more or less happy. And so, ever since that show went off, I haven't found anything, and so I'm just really refreshed, and I'm happy to find a show that has good morals to it. That's what it was. That's what Star Trek. Overall, Star Trek promoted good morals. Generally, the underlying note was, do your best, and you can achieve anything, and help others when they need help. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. It's not because it's the easy thing. It's the right thing. And this show too has that message too. It's not always easy, but do the right thing. And I guess I can continue gushing over how much I love this episode, and how much I really enjoyed them integrating all the characters. I am curious, though. Again, another tangent. I don't know how well thought out it would be, but if I could get like a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old who watches this show to get their review about it. So what do you think about this episode, and see how they reacted to it? Because I don't know how much of the internet their parents will let them use. I doubt that they are on the same reading level or the maturity level to scroll through Equestria Daily and understand all the references, or if they have the drive and want to read all these fan fictions. But yeah, I mean, no doubt there are some out there that are, that disappear into the internet and use that as as that one place that they can go to where they're happy, depending on their family situation. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little philosophical, a little deep, and really far off the track at this point. But I guess what I'm saying is, I'm curious to see what somebody who doesn't know about the whole fan base, how they feel about this episode. If they just hate it because it has nothing to do with the main 6. Like, Twilight and Rainbow are the only 2 that talk in this whole episode. And that's only at the very end. I also like the message by the mayor at the end, how it was talking to the audience. I mean, all the messages at the end, all the Dear Princess Celestia letters, they talk directly to the audience, and they say, basically they summarize the episode, and they tell you this is what the story was about. Helping people who are being bullied, listening to people who, have high stress and have all the problems and are always frantic. Being honest, not lying. And then this episode basically says that everyone is the main character in their own lives, but you're not the only thing that makes up the life. What makes your life rich and what makes your story rich isn't you. It's not even your experiences. It's those people that you share them with. And not for nothing, but I agree totally with that. Tell me I'm wrong. When you go to a movie, I hit up a lot of movies by myself because I'm trying to be. I try to review as many movies as possible that come out, and I do a lot of them. I've gone to a fair amount of them by myself for reviewing purposes. Like, I got to see the movie so I can review it. But I have so much more fun when I go with a friend or a group of friends, going out to dinner, going to a museum, going to the beach. All these things are so much more fun with other people. They enrich it so much. So I agree, well, with every single Dear Princess Celestia message, and especially this one. So, my reaction to this episode is, it's really good, and I'm really happy I got to see it. Gotta get going now, gotta get ready for that barbecue, and help, and do my part. Other than that, darn it, I was just thinking about something. It escaped me. I'll write it in the comments if I remember it. What was it? Anyway, like I said, I hope everyone has a good 4th of July weekend in America. Those of you who are not, I hope you have a good weekend nonetheless. I'll see you guys around. Oh, I'm going to check out Terminator today. So look for that review.